Greetings, folks. I am your brother, your friend, and theologian Tuben. Welcome to our new channel entitled Bones, Not Milk. From the very title, you can see that this channel is mainly focusing on the biblical passages and verses that are difficult to fathom. You find that around Christendom, there are some Bible verses and passages that when people look at them, they have been cracked and they have headaches because they don't understand exactly what they mean. Different theologies have been made, propagating, and have been also made brought a division among Christians. So here we will be microscopically zooming in to understand exactly what the Bible says. If God has given us this Bible for us to understand it, then we have to understand it. It's possible for us to understand it. So I will be approaching these passages and verses theologically, philosophically, archaeologically, typologically, as well as historically. So what I'll be doing is that I will be uploading a new video every week. So if you want to keep in touch, just go below and subscribe, press the notification bell for new updates. If you have a question pertaining to any upload that we've made, you can go below, comment, or put your question, and we'll attend to that question, or you can visit us on our email that is also going to be shared below, as well as our WhatsApp that is also going to be shared below. The reason why we are doing this, we all want to understand the Bible. We don't want to have some other passage in the Bible that we feel like they have not been given to us because we can't comprehend them. You find that if we allow ourselves to use the biblical tools that God has given unto us, sola scriptura, analogia scriptura, as well as tota scriptura, we'll be able to understand exactly the passages that are found in the Bible that we feel like they are so difficult to fathom. Without further ado, today we are going to look at one passage that is also very critical, that many Christians they fail to understand. And this passage has also been used by non-Christians, especially atheists, to discredit the authenticity of the Bible. Genesis chapter 4, verse 16 and verse 17. It reads as follows: And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and he dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bare Enoch, and he built a city and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Question that people have: if Adam and Eve were the first people on this earth, they had their two sons, Cain and Abel, and we know that Cain killed his brother Abel. So we are left with only 3 people that are living on the whole face of the earth. Then, where did Cain go? Which land of Nod are we talking about? Because we only thought that there was only Eden. Number 2, we are told that Cain knew his wife. Where did he get his wife? Where did he marry his wife when in the whole earth there was only one woman, that is Eve? And because of that, many theologies have been created. And there is a group of people who believe in polygenesis. Polygenesis simply believes that there was not one couple on this earth. There were different couples that God created, with Adam and Eve being one of those couples. So they believe that Adam and Eve were one couple that was put in the Garden of Eden, and in other places, on other lands, God put different couples there. So it could be that Cain left his place and he went to marry a certain child from a certain couple out there. This is what polygenesis believes in. But when you read the Bible totally, you find that the Bible advocates for monogenesis. Monogenesis only believes that there were 2 people that were created by God in the beginning, that is Adam and Eve. And all the people on this earth, the human family, came from these 2. But now, how can we marry this statement? If you and I believe in monogenesis, then how can we now explain Cain marrying a wife when there was only Adam and Eve and him on the face of the earth? Now, the Bible is very clear. It interprets and explains itself. Now, when you read the Bible microscopically, you will find that, yes, in the Bible, we're given a record of only 3 sons of Adam and Eve, that is Cain, Abel, and Seth. But these are not the only children that Adam and Eve had. Because when you go to the book of Genesis chapter 5, verse 4, it tells us that Adam and Eve, they had sons and daughters. We don't know how many they were, but we know that they had sons and daughters. And when you look at the ages, the years that these guys lived, Adam lived 930 years. He could have had many sons and many daughters. So, in the Bible, we are not told the daughters that they had. We are not even told whether after Cain there was a daughter or daughters. The Bible, the reason why they are giving us these 3, that is Cain, Abel, and Seth, it is because of the plan of salvation. Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. When men fell, God told them that there is going to be a seed that is going to come. So the reason why we're being given this, it is because they were the ones who were supposed to bear the seed that was going to come and bruise, the head of the snake. So when Adam begat Cain, he thought he was the seed. But when he looked at the character of Cain, he knew that he cannot be the seed. And then he begat Abel. And Abel had a good character. They thought now they found the seed. But with the saw now the brother killing the young brother. And the whole plan was distorted. Then they begat Seth. And when Seth came, looking at his character, then they knew that this is the seed. This is where the seed is going to come from. So the reason why we've got this on 3, it is because of the plan of salvation. But it does not mean that these were the only sons that Adam and Eve had. They probably had many sons and many daughters. And because of the command that was given in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. When Adam and Eve were bearing different children, these children would scatter abroad and go to different places, maybe begin some new civilization there. And it is probably in those places where we find Cain going and is marrying his wife. Now, where did this wife come from? There are two, there can be 2 possible answers to this. Number 1, it could be that Cain married his sister. Why am I saying married his sister? It is because in antiquity, marrying one's sister was a norm. It was very common. That's why you find that among the patriarchs, Abraham, he married his half-sister, that is Sarah. We find also Isaac married also his half-sister, Rebecca. And when you go also to Egyptology, Egyptians, they married their real sisters, same mothers, same fathers. It was a common practice in antiquity where people wanted, to just create a kind of posterity among themselves as a family. So it could be that Cain married one of his sisters. And when he married one of his sisters, he went in a certain place and he began a civilization there where God exposed the land of Nod. Or it could be that Cain married maybe a cousin. Probably some brothers and sisters got married and their children. And from those children that they had, it could be that also Cain got a wife. Because we need to understand that it was not a short space of time where these events are happening from Genesis chapter 3 to Genesis chapter 4. It was a long space of time. So it could be that by the time Cain is leaving his father and his mother, there were already some others, brothers and sisters who also had children that were born among them, because it was the last space of time. So it could be that is where Cain got his wife. Now, this one makes sense, because if you believe in monogenesis, because the whole Bible tells us that we are all sons and daughters of Adam. Romans chapter 5 tells us that the whole world became sinful because of one man, that is Adam. If there are other couples that we created besides Adam, then these people, they don't have the sinful nature that we have. Where are they? But we see that the whole earth, we only have people who are sinful. So it shows that we are all coming from the same couple, that is Adam and Eve. If we believe in monogenesis, then this one makes sense that Cain needed to go and marry either his sister or either of his cousins somewhere there for the posterity to begin. Now, where did this thing of people not marrying their sisters begin? If you go to the book of Leviticus chapter 18, that is where we now find God now changing the aspect. We know that probably brothers and sisters will get married, but inbreeding was stopped because of sin. Get this thing right. that I'm not a biologist, but they believe that inbreeding was caused because inbreeding can cause a chance of hereditary deformity because of seeing, people sharing the same genes. When they meet, they might end up, making havoc in the produce that is going to come. So because of that, God had to put an end to inbreeding. That's why after they left Egypt, when they were now in the wilderness, God now had to give a command. Then brother and sister cannot get married. People who are closely related cannot get married. Why? Because of sin and as well as consequences that can come with the issue of what inheritance as well as what deformity. So it could be that is the reason why today I cannot marry my sister, I cannot get married to my cousin. It is because of that reason. But in the past, brothers and sisters could get married. So where did Cain find his wife? He married either his sister or his cousin. It's very simple. That is what the Bible is telling us. And this one, you can believe in it because it also makes the other insights and other theologies that are attached to it to make sense. The moment you now start saying Cain married another kind of people who were not children of Adam, then the totality of the Bible is distorted. Because if we want to understand the Bible, we need to understand it in its totality. The Bible is telling us in all the passages that we are sons and daughters of Adam. So where did this other couple come from? So the moment we say that, it distorts the whole theology. So where did Cain marry his wife? Cain either married his sister or his cousin. That is simple as that. If you have a question, you can go below and you can ask, and then we can go further in trying to understand and interpret this. So basically, this passage has made some kind of problems among Christians and non-Christians. People have been coming with different theologies, but the Bible is self-explanatory. May you be blessed as we are discussing and deliberating on this passage. And keep in touch because next week we are going to upload a new video. Thank you so much.